Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. It is me. I am here. I want to talk about the channel and how it has changed. I stopped doing tarot. I'm no longer doing tarot like how I used to on a daily basis. As you all can see, there's been no uploads. Um, And it's not going to be, even though I love doing tarot, that is my passion. I've been doing it for a little over 10 years. 10 years. I've been doing it. I love it. It is my passion. I enjoy doing it. For me, it is, yeah, it's my passion. I enjoy it. And I do want to do it again. But if you remember, I just want to talk. I just came on here to just share some things with you all. I do thank y'all for holding on. Those who have still subscribed to the channel. Now, let me just say this. I do know that I'm going to lose some people. Definitely. I am going to lose some people. And that's to be expected because it's a tarot channel. I am working on doing tarot on a separate way, in a different way. By booking appointments, I'm working on that. But for right now, I told you all, I said to you all in a few of my in a few of the videos that we did, the readings, is that I'm on assignment. And I knew I was on assignment because what I'm doing sitting in front of the camera, that's not me. But I feel like this is what I need to do. So this is what I'm doing. When I started the channel, the tarot channel, when I started doing the readings, but it has changed. My assignment has changed, and I had to learn how to shift with the change. And it was kind of hard for me. Okay. I'm going to let y'all know where this, me giving you this information is going to stop, and what I want to let you all know, begins. So I'll put a timestamp there if you don't want to hear everything that I'm saying right now. But yes, the channel is changing. It has changed, as you can see. Even my handle has changed. It's time for me to continue to move forward on my assignment. And as I continue to make the steps, my assignment becomes clear to me as I make the steps that I need to make. I had to go through a grieving period because, like I said, I love doing tarot, and that's why I haven't been on doing tarot. The last video that I did, that was really hard because I think I did it, and I felt I shouldn't be doing it. That's not what I should be doing. So right now I'm moving, and I had to accept what is and learn how to pivot. And that's one of the things I learned, because I always ask, well, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? Okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? And what I got was, I have to learn how to pivot. Everything is not going to always stay the same. It's not going to always stay that way. And it shouldn't. We should always be elevating and changing and growing and learning. Always. Okay? So we always should be changing, growing, and learning. So, and like a lot of us, we don't like change. But I'm learning to go with the flow of everything. But I did need time to really get the next step of what I need to do and let it be clear on what I need to do. And what I got was just make this step, and then when I make this step, the next step will be revealed. Okay. So, and this information, like I said, I get within. I encourage you all to go within. Go within yourself. Everything that you need to know is already in you. You don't need an outside source. Okay. Let me see. I wrote some things down here. So, the way that I'm going now, like I said, I know that I'm going to lose some people, and it's okay. As a matter of fact, I've already lost a few of you, but I look at it like this. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is, and I just have to go with the flow and just believe that the universe is going to draw the people near who need to hear the message that I have. Okay? So, and I probably will lose more, and that's fine. That's how it goes. It is what it is. All right. So, I had to, well, I think I'm still learning how, and I never want to get out of the frame of mind of learning, right? I'm really accepting who I am. It took me a long time to accept it, and I'm starting to accept who I am, and it really is a wonderful thing. I am and always have been an oracle, a seer. I've always seen things before they happen. I've seen them. And this is from a child, 10 years old. It scared me. A lot of the things I saw, I could never tell anyone because no one would believe me. If I told them before it happens. But anyway, I'm learning to embrace who I truly am. I'm remembering, yeah, I'm remembering past lives. And I just want to embrace who I am. So, let me just get to what it is that I want to talk to you about. This channel is going to be, I hope, a light tower, okay? Where the light shines, and like how what do they call it, where the ships come in and you can see the ships can see the light from the tower. That's what I want, and it draws them to the shore. That's what this channel is. Okay, I'm gonna say that's what that is, and I'm gonna leave it there. Okay. This channel is geared towards my sisters. Okay. And when I say my sisters, I mean all my sisters, because we are all connected. Okay. We are connected in more ways than one. Okay. There is a lot that we need to discuss and talk about. But this channel is going to be for our women, us. And I know that I do have a few males that may come in or whatever, and I do apologize, guys, but this is for the sisters, for my Asian sisters, my Caucasian sisters, all of my sisters, okay? We need this, okay? It's time. It's time for us to wake up. We need to awaken and not be so afraid. I'm going to share I I say it's a vision, but I was asleep. At least I thought I was asleep. But I'm going to share this vision with you, okay? This happened to me in 2011. And hopefully it'll come full circle because it did for me. Now in 2011, and this is at the 10-minute 21 mark. Let me write that down. 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay. This happened to me in 2011. I had a vision, a dream, and I wrote some things down, but I really don't need to write it down because it was so vivid. Okay, the dream was really, it was a vivid dream, and I remember everything. That's why I'm going to share with you why I said I was asleep, because, or either I think I was asleep, but I was awake. It was just that vivid. It was at nighttime, and it was in 2011. I don't know what month it was in, but I know it was 2011. And I awakened. I opened my eyes in my bed, and I was asleep. And I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, I saw three figures. These three figures that I saw, they were dark. They were matter. Okay, they did not have any type. I couldn't see what they were wearing. I couldn't distinguish that. But one of the things I did notice is that all three of them, they were very tall, and all three of them had a figure like me. So that's what led me to believe that they were female, but there was no features. There was no features, there was no facial features, there was nothing. There was nothing. It was just dark matter standing before me, and I could tell that it was three dark figures standing there. And they were very tall. But because I could see their silhouette, like how it is, and it looked like what I know to be a female. They looked like me. They had a shape like me. I could see that there were, the curvature of the breast and the waistline, and it flared out, right? So, and I was not afraid. That was the other thing that I remember. I wasn't afraid. I felt no fear. I didn't feel like they were there to cause me harm. As a matter of fact, I felt it was very tranquil. It was peaceful. So I was taken away in this dream vision. I was taken away to a hill, a mountain. I think it looked like a mountain. And the reason why I can't really describe or say whether if it was a mountain or a hill is because you'll see on this, it was slanted. It was a rock, though. It was a rock. And on this rock or boulder, it was a flat surface. I could lay on this rock or boulder. I could lay on it. As a matter of fact, I was laying on it. And all they did at that time, when I'm laying on this, that's where when they took me, I was laying on this on this boulder, and it was high up, and I could tell it was high up because there were clouds. It was so high, there were clouds there. But I could look up. I know I was high up, rather. I knew I was high up, and I could see that there were clouds around me. So I'm looking down, and when I looked down, because they directed my attention by doing this, they raised their arm like this. They did not speak. Okay, they didn't speak. It was almost like, I don't know how to explain this. That's why I didn't say anything to anybody, but I feel like I feel the need to say something now, because now the dots have been connected for me. Now from 2011 and we're in 2013. Now the dots connected as to why I saw why they showed me this vision. It's almost like like I said, I didn't see any facial features. So they had no nose, no mouth, no eyes, nothing. But it was like they were speaking to me telepathically, right? I could hear them. And like I said, when I could hear them, they all spoke at the same time. They were in unison, speaking together. But it was like, I want to say what I liken it to was like music, but it wasn't music. But they were speaking in such unison that, and when I say speaking, because they did not have a mouth, but they were speaking to me telepathically. And all they did was this as they were speaking. So when they did this, I bent over because I'm on this cliff laying down, and I could look over. And I looked like I was high up, but when I looked down, it was like what I was looking at, what they were showing me, I could see it right here, like it was right here in my face, but it was way far away. It was really far away, but it didn't look like that when I looked down. It was up here, and I could see it. Okay. What they showed me, they wanted me to see. There was this enclosure that I saw, huge wall, very huge. I don't know the dimensions of it. I couldn't tell you, but the wall was huge, and it was in a circular shape of a circle, and it was very huge. This wall was huge. And as I looked down, and I'm looking at what they were showing me, there were women there. There were women there. And these women look like me. Okay? They look like me. And they were very, the energy that I got, they were so communal. Okay? They were happy. They were, and the reason why, what I got from it, the reason why I think they were so happy was because they were doing what they were passionate about. Because the women, it was like no one told them what to do. They didn't have anyone lording over them. They were self-governed, right? They were self-governed. They governed themselves, and they were doing what they enjoyed doing. You had women who were seamstress. You know, they made clothes. They loved doing that, making the clothes or whatever at that time, or whatever the clothing were. You had those who made those. You had those who were the herbalists. You have those who were the oracles. You know, and they were all in this circle. And even though they were in this circle, like I said, the circle was huge, right? So they all had their section within this circle. And in the middle of this circle was a huge tree. This tree was huge. I mean, if I was gonna say, if I saw the tree again, I would know what it was. I want to say that it was a juniper tree, but I don't know. But I know the tree was huge. It was a big, huge tree in the center of this circle. right? But you had those women who, you had your herbalists, you had the ones who loved tending to gardens and everything, who were good at that. They did that, and they had their own little area or section within that circle. You had your seamstress, you had your oracles who had their own circle. You had those whatever it is that they wanted to do. You had some, I saw some who were making perfumes, good smelling scents and things like that, and mixing different things together. They had their own section. And then I saw them, they would come together. It was just so beautiful how it was. They were happy. They enjoyed what they were doing. And they would come together ever so often, and they would gather around this huge tree. They would go under this huge tree and commune with each other. They would walk, because it was far, because this circle was huge. It was huge. But they would walk from their dwellings to this circle, to this tree within the circle, and they would just enjoy each other's company. Those who played instruments, they would be sure to bring their instruments during that time of this gathering together, and they would just enjoy themselves, right? There were women there who they didn't have on clothes. They didn't, they walked in their natural state. And it was normal. It wasn't like something that was odd or whatever during this time. And it was like they looked at you like they they're looking at some of them like, okay, well, why aren't you? There was no restrictions. They were free. And they were loving it. They were enjoying their liberty. And I'm looking at this, and I left it alone for all that time because I didn't know what to do with it. And the reason why I feel like they came to me and showed me was because I shared with you all that I was in the Hebrew culture for about 4 years. I was the Hebrew Israelite. I went into the Hebrew culture when I awakened to what Christianity was. But then I realized one of the reasons why I left the Hebrew culture, there it is again, hold on, sidebar. That's where we got to learn how to pivot. Because see, when I had my first awakening, I was a Christian. I was a prophetess in the church, right? So when I had my first awakening and I moved away from Christianity, finally, I decided, that's it, I'm not going back to church. I'm not going to nobody's church no more. Maybe about a year or so later, I found the Hebrew culture. And then I went there. And like I said, I appreciate the time that I was in the Hebrew culture because it taught me how to research. It taught me how to read that Bible, because that's one thing they will do. Them Hebrew Israelites read that book. They read that book that we know as the Bible. So I did learn, and I'm thankful for that, how to go by precept upon precept, line upon line. I learned how to do that in the Hebrew culture. And I'm grateful for that because I always had a love for words. Always had a love for words. I enjoyed words. I think I shared this with y'all when I was younger. That's what I would do. I love to read books. So I would sit in my little corner and I would read me a book. And I would just go to whatever land, wherever, whatever in that book. I would let my imagination just run away with me. And if I didn't have a book to read that I wanted to read at the time, I would read the dictionary. I read the dictionary. So I had a love for words. I always wanted to know what they meant. I have a very extensive vocabulary. I don't use it all the time, but that don't mean I don't have it. I do. And that was because I have such a love for words. Um, so, but I was in the Hebrew culture, and I was starting to awaken to the fact that the Hebrew culture is another form of Christianity. And I was shown some things, in which I'll share that with y'all later. I was shown some things about the Hebrew culture that I just didn't like. And I didn't understand. So I had begun to talk about it to the other women, because I wanted to know if they felt the same way. And there was another sister who was there who was very bold. Shout out to Sister Barak. That was my girl. I know she's no longer in the Hebrew culture as well. She had her awakening before I did. And but I love her. I love her so much. She was saying, like, because the men said to us, in which how they were treating us, they actually said this to me. One of them said this to me and her. We were standing in the kitchen, because like I said, I was always the one in the background. I didn't want to be in the front. I was always in the background. I was back there in the back cooking, doing what I needed to do. I'll stay back there in the kitchen and do whatever needs to be done. Needs to be clean, I'm cleaning. Needs to be something need to be cooked, I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? So we need to serve. Hey, I'm right there. Give me the spoon. I'm serving. That was me. I like to be in the background. So this right here is very new to me, but I feel that I am being led to move from out of the background and come forward, come front. So that's what I'm doing. So y'all forgive me if I go off or whatever. But yeah, one of the guys came into the kitchen and they were talking. And they said to us, to me and her, just as bold, y'all are nothing but baby makers. Y'all incubators. That's it. That's what he said. He said we're incubators. And when she was getting her awakening, I didn't understand. I called her a devil. I really did. I called her a devil, and she and I stopped speaking, because I said the Most High is going to get you. I told her, Ahaya is going to get you, because you evil and you turning away from Ahaya. But she said to me, she said, how could they talk to us like that? They came from us. And that, at that time, I was shocked, because I'm like, that Bible said we came from they real. And I honestly believe that, because I really thought that that was the infallible word of God. Okay. So, that's why I believe. But then I started doing research. I started researching. And when I found out the truth of what I found out about these guys and how they just wanted to have access to different type of women and things like that, that's all it was. I went on a rampage and I started making videos. I had a YouTube channel way back then, right? And I put out videos and everything like that about what I was seeing and what I was experiencing with these Hebrew men. I got a lot of flack for that. They ripped me a new one. And because I did not want to go through the criticism, that was one of the reasons why I stopped the channel and I didn't proceed forward with it. But the other reason, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother talk. We call ourselves fleeing Babylon, y'all. As you can see, we didn't get that far. We only got to Texas. But that was a whole nother, that's a whole nother thing. But still, back to the vision that I saw. But that's the reason why I believe they showed me and came to me and showed me exactly what it was like. Now, this is how it was before. I'm sorry. Before they came. We're going to have to talk about the elephant in the room. Okay? Faith, blessed, loved, if you watched this video, I love you and I thank you so much for the for dropping me a little comment in here saying, hoping that I'm fine. I am. I'm just evolving. I'm really evolving, and me being the seer that I am, I get so much. I know how to channel it and move with it now. I can handle it, but before I couldn't. It was horrible. I thought I was going crazy. Okay. But they were showing me how it was before they came. And who's they? I'm going to tell you who's they. Now, I always ask you all, because we have been programmed, okay? This is why I say we need to wake up. And all women need to wake up, because we are under a spell, okay? A strong delusion we're under, okay? And we need to wake up. We need to wake up. And I am here to help us wake up, move you, as I said about the shift. That is what, to assist you in making the shift. I didn't really realize. I thought it had to do with the tarot and how to navigate and deal with men, but it is coming full circle as to what that shift is. There is a need for us to take the focus off men and put the focus on you. I don't know if you remember, but I always say this. I've said it several times in several of the videos that I made that was uploaded, that you are the physical manifestation of love. Okay? I was looking for love from a man, and I never got it. I'm not going to say never, because that would be a lie. Out of all the men that I have dealt with, the men that I've dealt with in my life, I'm not going to say all of them, because but I have dated a few men, and not all of them were sexual relationships, but two. I'm 54. I'm 54. I'm 54, and I've only experienced love in the sense of what love is twice. If you don't know what love is, you're going to keep searching for it in other people. But and that's the journey that I went on, learning what love is and how to love myself truly. Okay, I had to find out and figure out what love was. Okay, and it's not that emotional ooey gooey stuff that they show us in these movies and the fairy tale and all of that stuff. No, we've been sold a bag of goods. Okay, we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. All of us. Every single woman has been hoodwinked. Okay? They have usurped over us and have given us an idea of what love should be so that we can be subservient to them. Okay, and I'm talking about males. And I'm going to say the majority of males are like this. Now, am I saying that I have something against them or I hate them or anything like that? No. But it's the truth. And the truth, it has to, they that have an ear to hear will hear. They that have eyes to see will see. And I'm not talking about these eyes right here. Right? So, I'm going to need you to wake up. And I'm going to assist you. Those of you who it's not for, that's why I say, I know a lot of people are going to leave. It is what it is. But those who stay, who have an ear to hear, we need to wake up because we need to bring balance back on this planet. And we need your help to do it. We can't do it alone. I have a question that I want to ask you. My objective is to bring you into critical thinking because that's what I found with me. I will use myself as the example because there's a lot. I worked on myself a lot. Okay, I've done a lot of self-reflection and going within and asking myself these hard questions, these painful questions, because I needed answers. So the other thing is this. Give me a minute. Hold on. I'll be right back.